Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Holmes Honda to check out something that I think is rather interesting and maybe potentials of the future of the Honda Odyssey as we pair it up with the fully redesigned Honda Pilot. And we do have a little bit of difference on trim levels here. With the Odyssey, it's going to be the Touring trim level. With the Pilot, it's going to be the Elite, but fairly close to each other on features and functionality and all that good stuff, with just a few differences. One difference that you'll find for at least 2023 is the fact that the Pilot starts at $36,300 as a base price. The base price for the Odyssey for 2023 is $37,490, and there have been a lot of rumors that the Odyssey is going to be discontinued. Those that are in the know have assured me that is not the case. The only reason those rumors exist is really kind of Honda's fault in a way, because they have remained so silent about the future of the Odyssey, and that has caused a lot of people to say, well, there must not be a future of the Odyssey. Now, I don't know what's coming for 2024, but eventually I do believe Honda is going to fully redesign the Odyssey. They're really not going to have much of a choice. So using the Pilot, let's see if we can possibly figure out what we might see when the Odyssey is redesigned. When we compare the previous generation of the Pilot to the current generation of the Odyssey, there really were not too many similarities with the exterior. So I'm curious to know if that may continue to be the case forward as far as what we see in the future. Now, we will likely see a more squared off front end. Will it look exactly like what we have here on the Pilot? I don't think so, just because the front end is far more sloped than the previous generation of the Pilot was here with the Odyssey. But there may be some similarities as far as the headlight design, the fog light design, and the fact that you may see the turn signals that are now located down there just above the fog lights on the Odyssey moving into the same position as what we have here with the Pilot, with a more, well, we'll say slimmed down version of the headlight housing. And we'll obviously continue to see features such as power adjustable side view mirrors. But one thing that I know a lot of people want to see, as of right now, you only have front wheel drive with the Odyssey. A lot of you say you would like to see all wheel drive. I doubt we're going to see rear wheel drive, although that would be nice for towing purposes, but not likely to happen. All-wheel drive technology is obviously available from Honda, so will it make its way over to the Odyssey? Well, hard to say right now. And once again, really, there were not a lot of similarities between the two when it came to exterior, from front to rear, side to side, anything like that. But the main thing that really separates these two apart is what's on the interior. Let's talk a little bit about the differences between the two and the similarities as far as what used to be and what we might see in the future. When it comes to towing, comparing what we have in front of us right now, there's going to be a difference of 1,500 pounds. The Odyssey can tow up to 3,500 pounds, while the Pilot can tow up to 5,000 pounds. But obviously the interior is far more configurable with the Odyssey. As you can lower all of the seats, you can completely remove the middle row seats. You can take the seat out right here, which is going to be the lightest of those three. The outboard seats both weigh about 70 pounds apiece. And that is one thing that is interesting here, that is comparable between the two as of 2023. This was not here before that, but you can also remove this middle row seat right here in the Pilot the same way that you can remove that middle row seat in the Odyssey, but you cannot remove the outboard seats. And so what are the differences, just to give this away? Obviously, you're going to have a lot more cargo capacity in the interior, not only because it's more configurable, but because it's obviously larger with the Odyssey. 32.8 up to 89.2 up to 144.9 cubic feet is what we're going to have. And if you're wondering what exactly is the size of a cubic foot, so at least you can get an idea of something that you can kind of use in your mind as an object or whatever to compare it with. A cubic foot is the size of a basketball. And while not as much, there's still plentiful cargo capacity here with the Pilot. 18.6 up to 86.5 up to 87 cubic feet. And The good news on both vehicles is that you do have spare tires. I would imagine that will continue into the future with the Odyssey. Not sure if there will be a hybrid version or not. I know that's a common request from a lot of you, but here's why I don't think there will be. For 2023, the Pilot receives the new dual overhead cam Honda V6. It still makes 262 pounds-feet of torque, which is the same number we'll have with the Odyssey, but the horsepower increases to 285. We have 280 with the VTEC that is still in the Odyssey, as we've had for several years. Both are mated to 10-speed automatic transmissions, but the reason why I say it's possible that we are not going to see any kind of a change in the area of a hybrid version being offered is because with the Pilot, there is currently no hybrid version offered. So I don't think you'll see that kind of a powertrain available for the Odyssey. Now, Honda could surprise me with that, and honestly, I would be happy if they proved me to be wrong in my theory on that. And how about MPGs between the two? Well, with the Odyssey, as of right now, well, even though they're not the exact same engine combination, we'll still show you what they are anyway. 19 city, 28 highway, 22 combined. And Honda says you should use 4.5 or 4.5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. Now, what are the differences going to be with the Pilot? Well, not major. 19 city, 25 highway, 21 combined, and 4.8 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. One of the more glaring differences is going to be here within the interior. That glitching effect that you see with the screens, by the way, is due to the shutter speed of my GoPro, so it's not anything to do with the Honda Odyssey that I'm currently sitting in. But you can see how everything is still the same here as it's been for several years with the Odyssey. Everything is angled back. We have the shifter up here just under the screen, and here is what the instrument cluster looks like for the driver, the steering wheel, all that good stuff. It's all here. There are a lot of great features here with the Odyssey. Power doors on the side, on the rear. You can control those in a multitude of different ways, and seat memory here on the touring trim level of the Odyssey. One thing I would love to see Honda do in the future would be to add seat memory on the passenger side in addition to what we have on the driver's side for a future model. Don't know that that will happen, but it would be nice to see. And here's another area that's going to be tremendously different in the future for the Odyssey. At least that's what I think. We will no longer have the garage door style sliding open door or lid for the center console. Still plenty of space down there, and I don't think Honda will do away with the entertainment system here as far as the Blu-ray player goes and all that good stuff. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I think that will continue to be available. And something else that's new for the Pilot for 2023 is the fact that you do have the availability of a panoramic sunroof. I don't know for sure that we'll see that pass over to the Odyssey, because then you wouldn't be able to have the entertainment system, although if they did a split sunroof look, as we see with some of the other vehicles available from competitors, then that would work just fine. And here is a possible look at what we will see with the dash, with the steering wheel. Obviously, we have the updated instrument cluster, I should say, or dashboard here with what we have on the screen. And instead of the kind of angled look with what we have in the Odyssey right now, we would likely have the updated screen as what we have here, 90 degrees. Still going to have navigation built in. That's not anything out of the ordinary, but you will have the wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. And depending on trim level, here with the Pilot and the Elite and the Trail Sport, you will have the button right here. What happens when you push that? You get to see all of the different camera views, including the overhead view right there. That's pretty cool. And with the Trail Sport, you have an additional camera. I don't think we'll have a Trail Sport Odyssey, but you never know. But here's what we have as far as the looks go, as far as what you can see. It's really pretty cool. I think Honda has done a good job with these changes for 2023 with the Pilot. Will these changes make their way over to the Odyssey? Well, one thing that I think a lot of you would love to see, look at what we have here. Not only heated seats, but also ventilated seats. I'm leaving that on because it's really warm outside, even at 8:16 in the morning. We're already heading for 100 degrees today. There's the temperature right down there. You can see that it's already in the mid 80s. And I'm kind of in an early part of the day. I think it's only going to get worse. Well, I know it is. Wireless charging, a lot of USB connectivity, and here is the location of the shifter. Now, instead of being up here just under the infotainment screen, we have it down here with the center console area. Do you like that? Does it matter? What do you think about that? And another big difference, like I said earlier, a change with the center console. You have a conventional style lid, still plenty of space down there, and it's sitting a little bit higher, so that does away with the need for the armrests built into the seats. I do think I like that. I wish it was sitting just a tiny bit higher, but can't have everything you want, right? For some people, that won't be a big deal. I'm 5'10", and for the way I set the interior up, I would like to have that sitting up a bit higher, but no big deal because I'm not likely going to be driving one of these every day. So tell me what you think based on my predictions of what we might see in the future with the Honda Odyssey. What are your thoughts? Is it something you're interested in? What would you like to see change? Maybe there's some things you would like to see stay the same. Tell me all about it down in the comments section. I'm always curious to receive your feedback. And also tell me, you going to buy the Odyssey, or are you going to go ahead and go with the fully redesigned Pilot that's already available right now? Either way, I look forward to reading your comments and seeing what you have to say. I have to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me the Odyssey and the Pilot for the day. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet, so you can see my future videos. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, please check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.